Hey, we should host another group build sponsored by the podcast.
Sure, but it needs to be a race car this time.
Yeah, something that can race on asphalt or dirt.
And night and different types of weather. That would be pretty cool.
And can fly.
Wait, what?
What you talking about, BG?
Hey, I got it. Rally cars.
Yes.
What date should we run the build for?
How about January 31st? It can start and go to December 31st. That's a good amount of time.
Sure, I can work with that.
Okay, but I gotta say, I'm a little concerned about the defying gravity thing. I haven't had much luck in that lately.
Join the Scale Model Car Podcast 2025 Rally Cool Rally Car Group Build and build that rally car model kit that's been sitting on your shelf ever since you brought it home from the hobby store and said, I'm gonna build that one day, because now is your chance.
How's it going, all you scale model car junkies out there? Welcome to the Scale Model Car Podcast with your hosts, BG, Chuck, Luca, and Jason.
Hello and welcome to episode 43 of the Scale Model Car Podcast. This is your friend, Mr. BG, along with your hosts, Chuck from Chuck's Hobby Spot,
Howdy, people.
Jason from Blue Ox Model Shop,
Hello, everybody.
and Matt from the Lucas E channel.
Heidi O.
And viewers of our podcast on the YouTubes, they recognize that we have a fifth wheel on our model car today, and that's going to be Mr. Craig Godfrey, YouTube's modeler. Hello,
Greetings,
Craig.
YouTube model people. How are you?
Welcome aboard. And Craig is here to talk to us about the 48-hour group build that's coming up here pretty darn soon. Super soon. So we'll get to that in just a second. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. So let's go ahead and jump into the round table. And we'll start with Chuck.
All right, what I've got going on, what I've been up to. Finally put out a video after a month of nothing. So we are getting back in the swing of that. I did finish the 37. I was very happy with that. And now we are working on the 1/16 scale 55 Chevy. We are cutting, we are chopping, we are getting ready to start mocking up. Yep.
Are you channeling also?
No, just cutting and chopping some stuff.
Oh, okay. I always like when people channel.
Till the wrong person comes through.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I got going. Nothing much.
Nothing much.
Work.
What are you doing anything super special to the 55 other than chopping?
Well, you know what I did do? I took and I back halved it with Chris Bell's back half that he put out a couple packages ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I printed an engine for it. I cut, in order to put this engine in, I had to cut the firewall and move it back. So
Right.
I had I molded the firewall in because I wanted the original firewall, but I wanted to mold it to where I can move the center section back. That makes sense.
Yeah, right.
So I recessed that, and now I'm making a new tunnel, a trans tunnel for it right now. Well, not now, but tonight I will. Pretty much just the major fitment issues. I'm trying to get that all down before I start fine tuning some stuff.
Nice. Nice.
So I'm curious, Chuck, does that get like a separate workspace to work with? Because I've never worked with a larger scale project really before.
Actually, I've done a couple, and I really enjoyed the Porsche, Matt.
Porsche,
Thank you.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. That was the first big scale I've done in a long time, and I'm kind of hooked, to tell you the truth. So, I'm gonna enjoy this one. So I think I might build two, actually. But
well, you've got quite the stack of large scale models over your head there.
yes, yeah,
And,
those are my more pricey ones.
So are you saying you're going to have a sale soon with all of your 25th, 24th stuff?
No, but you know what? That swap meet everybody was talking about, I will be probably wanting to put some stuff in there.
Right on. That's still we're still in talks. So yeah, that's gonna happen. Thank you very much, Chuck.
To do something.
Right? Yeah. Can't build them all. Might as well take them to somebody else's house.
I've packed up every square inch in here. Now they're stacked up here, stacked up there, stacked up behind me, and all the closets are full. So it's like I gotta do something.
2 words: pole barn.
So I gotta I have to really do something. I'm seriously thinking about downsizing my collection a little bit.
That's fair. That's fair. I think we all go through those stages.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a Whataburger downstairs, you could do what I did and bring some of them and put them in the basement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you don't want those customers touching your stuff.
Heck
No, exactly. No, exactly.
Here I got plastic hoods in the fryers, and it's a mess. It becomes a mess.
It would be pure chaos.
According to Beavis and Butthead, a fryer is perfect for helping straighten out warped parts.
Well, you can always put your pots and pans, in the oven, keep them stored there and use the cabinets in the kitchen to put more kits, kind of thing.
I think Chuck actually has kits in his oven.
Brilliant.
I've got them all over the place, actually. I mean,
yeah, that's the first sign your stash may be getting away from you, right? Is if it's more than one room and in more than one closet, in other random parts of the house, right? That's when you know, I might be stretching it a little.
I disagree. I'm arguing on the basis of a friend for a friend. So I disagree. That's
yeah.
Moving along.
Yes.
Nothing to see here.
Right. Yes.
Let's go with Matt. What have you got going on, sir?
I have I'm just kind of been tinkering with the 66 Malibu flip nose, trying to put my comeback video all together. Going to be working on the interior, so that's been taking a bit longer than I had hoped for. I had to take some breaks from it on account of I wasn't doing the best the past couple of weeks, and I'm kind of crunched on a couple of projects, and now because I wasn't doing my best the past couple of weeks, I was under the weather. I kind of am playing catch up right now with my work with the Salvino's JR Models, a little multimedia kit. We did some revisions on that, so I'm making new molds with new masters, and then I've got something that I'm working with Auto Modeler Magazine on a special video that'll be coming out that is in conjunction with a pretty big article that was in that magazine, the last issue, if anybody got it. The last issue of Auto Modeler Magazine, with they went out and Scott and Nani went out to Florida and met up with someone who's a big part of the history of our hobby, and man, there were some great old model cars they're pulling out of boxes that were big winners in the old MPC and Revell shows of the 60s and 70s. So it's really cool. We'll have that together here soon. So
Sweet.
That's what's been taking up my time with both the bench and the channel. I haven't put out any videos. I was kind of hoping to put a video together. I might be coming out with a couple of videos this weekend that I really need to put something out, because I haven't really, again, being down for about almost 2 weeks, haven't really had much on the channel either. So we gotta step it up a bit. Everybody's going to start forgetting about me. You can't have that.
I got to say, I've been getting a lot done around the house on my days off because I'm not doing texting with you all day long or 4-hour phone calls.
Right.
So you being sick gives me too much free time. So
I'm glad I could help.
Don't do that again.
I won't. Planning on not.
I got bored enough to fix the dishwasher.
Oh.
Now, weren't you on a live cast last night?
I was on a live cast last night. Our friends over at the Modeling Insanity podcast invited me on to their first live cast as a guest, and it was really fun. It really turned out great. We had a great, discussion about a lot of things, and they asked about us here, and they asked about my the shenanigans that go on over on my Lucas E Model Car Hobby headquarters.
Yeah.
Because that one of the head shenanigans. What does Ted call it?
Shenanigoons.
Shenanigans.
Well, there, you know, our buddy Justin Ryan, the local pain in the butt. You know, of course, he was on last night, and we were yucking it up about, you know, all the hate that he receives on my Facebook group, and
yeah, he was mentioning that he was the Mobius of if the model car world was the Matrix, he's the Mobius. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, here's Justin Ryan's version of that. You want the red pill or a punch in the face?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
I can't wait for that pipe bomb to show up in the mail.
Oh, yeah, it's on the way.
But yeah, no, I was able to pop in for a short time and view, and that looked like it was a good time. So
yeah, that's right. You guys were on there. Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time, and anybody wants to check it out, it's like still like it stays as a video over on their YouTube channel. There's a YouTube channel. I think it's just the Modeling Insanity podcast, right? The YouTube channel's called that.
Yeah, Insanity TV.
Insanity TV. Let's get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since nobody wants.
Sorry, Rob. Oh TV. Gosh. Now I'm gonna have Riv on me, and you just that's a tough one. You don't want that on you.
You can edit it out.
Yeah, but I won't.
He was the one that said he edits out everybody picking on him on his own recording.
Yeah.
He says that live.
It was interesting seeing him do the live thing, you know, and he's like, he keeps thinking in his head, oh, I'm going to edit that out. No, I can't. Shoot.
Yeah. Was he taking notes?
New world.
Oh yeah.
That's why I think that's why he's picking to kind of not be on it all the time, letting the other guys run it. I bet you that's his real thing.
Yeah. I agree. That was a good time. I'm glad you were able to do that. And I think that was your first one. So that's a high honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he texted me about that, I was like floored. Actually, I was like, oh, wow, thank you. But that was pretty cool. And you know, I highly regard those guys. I think they're doing great stuff for our hobby and what we've all been kind of working on with kind of bridging it like you know, Greg here with the 48-hour build. It's mostly model cars, but it's like you build whatever you want. The whole bridging of model building, it doesn't matter, you know, like I did the plane up here, and you know, get out of your comfort zone type of thing, you know. It's whatever, man, just build models. Who cares what the subject matter is? And we're all modelers, man. So
when you're under a very strict time limit of just 48 hours, it's the best time to get outside of your comfort zone and build something you're not comfortable with.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks.
That's what I do.
That's what I've done it. But okay, let's thank you very much, Matt. Let's go on to Craig. Craig, what have you got going on your bench and or channel?
Yep, sure thing. Well, I've actually been really enjoying doing the weekly Sunday morning model cars and coffee, which series. I just this past Sunday did number 17 for me. So it's been a lot of fun because really what I've done is I've been highlighting builds that I've done that were pre-YouTube channel. And perfect. Really, I mean, I may have done a quick scan, you know, here or there, showing the model room, and you may have caught a glimpse of a model here or there, but you never really got an in-depth look at some of these older builds that I've done, and most of them are from like the early 2000s, so like from like 2001 to 2006 time frame. So quite some time ago. So I've been having a blast doing that as far as videos and such. So at least I get one up usually a week. Although I slowed down a little with videos. Building wise, I'm working on the expired USAC build, the wonderful Dart. But that's because yours truly always has to think of something more to add to a kit, which is basically just a base, a diorama base. So actually, believe it or not, I hope to have that project done within the next couple weeks. We may be able to get it done just before the 48-hour weekend. So that's what's going on. And then I have like a little bit of a secret build thing going on for someone in the community who was really facing big challenges health-wise last year. And fortunately, They're doing way better now. Still, dealing with some of the after effects, of course. But so I kept that totally quiet, and it's just something that I've never ever built before, which is kind of cool. But so we don't not really putting any pictures or anything out there about that one or even talking about it. Just wanted to be a surprise when it goes live, kind of thing.
That's cool.
And then next in line will be the 48. So really, that for me, that's enough to have happening. 2 to 3. Kind of thing going is a good number for me.
Great.
So
I am looking forward to the 48.
Me too.
Yeah, no, again, it's can't thank you guys enough. I mean, I am a fan. I listen to the thing. I don't have a Spotify account, so I don't know how to say likes and this and that, but I watch every episode. I do follow the Insanity as well. So they're a fun bunch of guys. I actually get to see them at the Mosquito Con show here in New Jersey because Rev and them, a couple of them from Long Island or whatever, Long Island as we like to say. Long Island. And there is no I, there's just a G. But they're a fun bunch. I never really talk much with them, but I've seen them, kind of kibitzing with others, just walking around, and definitely a good group of guys. That's cool to hear, Matt, that you got to go on their show. I look forward to hearing that one. So that's really it. Staying busy and all that, and having a good time doing it. So that's the key, right? Having a good time doing it.
Yeah, right on. Also, I'd like to just toss in there real quick a huge thank you to you and Jeff Cincanelli for the appreciation group build for this guy whose channel is okay. The BG appreciation group build. It's been really freaky.
Yeah,
to say the least. So people building stuff in your honor, it's pretty freaking cool. So thank you to you for hosting that along with Jeff, and I appreciate that. You guys have endeared yourselves forever to me. So you'll get Christmas cards forever from now on. So
we're been solidified on the list now, right?
Yeah, you're in on ink.
Just in case somebody
only one way out.
Just in case they didn't have a chance. That's
way cool.
That's what I built
awesome.
for Brian. Now here was the most.
Love the color.
I was going to go a little more unique with it, but I said no. You know what? Brian likes his Corvairs, but if you pull up the back,
can't see it.
Trunk.
Oh, that
perfect.
I painted that on there underneath. So
that's great. Oh, you hand painted it on there? That's great.
Yep. So that's under the engine cover. So it's not in a place where Linda would get upset. It's just just enough, and without going too nuts, So
I could put that in the middle of the hallway, and she won't even notice it's there. She's a very focused individual when she's walking down the hall. So cool, man. Thank you very much for doing that. That is just killer. And I actually had one that was very, very close to that color. So that is killer, dude. Takes me back. It's a different podcast, so that's a whole Corvair oriented podcast. We'll talk about later on.
Yeah, but it was a great pleasure it was a privilege to be able to do that. And again, maybe it's a little overdue too. But certainly, Brian, you're one of the pillars who've been there for many years, for many, many good things along the way. So it's just a small thing we can do. Take a moment, and we really enjoy having you around. So don't go anywhere. Now you're gonna be 5 more years at least.
Right? Yeah. It's like breaking a mirror.
Yeah.
Right on. Awesome. Thank you, man. Let's see. Let's go to Jason.
Well, so most recently, I finished my Porsche group build.
Right.
Got that out of the way. I'm not building 2 this year. Sorry.
Neither is Matt.
No. Been working on both Street Machine group builds. As far as the channel goes, it's kind of funny. I just did a video this past week asking everybody what I should build for the 48-hour group build. And it was pretty heavily suggested, or sometimes strongly suggested, that I build the kit that we're going to talk about hopefully tonight.
Cool.
So yeah, it's been fun. I've been just trying to stay busy. I keep up on the videos and doing my Sunday live with Mike. That's been a lot of fun. Although I did miss last week's, and Rob Riv snuck in, and he found it very easy to drop a huge amount of F-bombs. I noticed he didn't drop so many on his last night. I was like, oh, okay, I see how this works.
I only counted 2.
Yeah, well,
I did the big ones right at the beginning, though.
I used all my fingers, and I couldn't count anymore on the ones that he dropped on mine. So
the other 25 were with a PH, not an F, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. That's about it.
All right. Well, I mean that's enough, right?
It's enough. It's keeping me busy. That's all that matters.
That's good.
Well, we enjoy that Sunday live stream thing. That is fun.
It is fun. It's a lot of fun.
Y'all got a good group of guys on there.
We do. I feel like we have a really good mixture of people that get on there between. So you got Justin Ryan, who is a figure painter and breaking into cars. He's a good armor builder.
He's breaking into cars. Yeah, call the cops.
Yeah,
straight up thug.
Exactly.
I don't hear anything.
He's breaking into building cars. Is that better, Chuck?
Yes, much better.
And you
said
that about me. I'd be in the back of a police car.
Well, you'd be familiar with it. So
you can do that all on your own.
We got Tim Ryan, who doesn't have any sort of YouTube channel. He doesn't do any of that stuff. He's like a fresh look. You know what I mean? He's not out there trying to make content. He's just enjoying everybody's. And then Frank Steffens is Frank Steffens. You gotta just,
You never know what you're gonna get.
Never know what you're gonna get with Frank Steffens. And at 99.9% of the time, it's enjoyable. Every once in a while,
there's the
exactly. It is a very good time. So
yeah, good deal, man. Good deal.
Yeah,
cool. Well, over here at the workshop, I'm still working away on the Bronco. I actually married the body to the chassis today. And stuck on the wheels. So to see how those fit on there. And I don't like how those fit on there. They're kind of floppy. The mounting pegs are very weak. So I'm going to make sure those are aligned correctly and then cement them in place so that because they freaking roll and the whole brake rotor rolls, with the caliper turns also.
I hate that.
So so I'm gonna glue them in place and make them nice and solid. But right now, I have a little forest of parts that had all been primed this afternoon because our good buddy over at White Tanks Hobbies, he sent us a couple of little goodie things, and I have what they call sand boards or traction boards, and a couple of jerry cans, and I'm going to use those plus some value gear backpacks and satchels and stuff to put in the back of the Bronco.
Nice.
So we're getting all that primed up so we can paint it, and then I haven't touched the Toyota, the rally car yet because I'm wanting to finish the Bronco. And then, like an idiot, I went and I started this Starship Enterprise kit. So I know this is not a model car, but I've been wanting to build that for forever, and finally got a chance to get to it. So there's that. But meanwhile, while that's going on, I finally picked up a flip nose 66 Malibu kit.
Nice.
So we're getting in on that, collecting parts for that, and then because I have a plan, and then I haven't started my Porsche yet, but I did come up with the right color green for it. So for me, that was half the battle there.
Brian, 2 points for you. You said Porsche. 2 points.
Oh, did I say Porsche? Oh,
you did. Yeah.
All right.
I wasn't going to say enough.
You went up one notch.
Is it like card counting +1 -1 kind of thing? I guess if you say one way, you get -1 +1.
Maybe, I don't know. Do I have to roll for initiative on that one? I don't know.
Yeah, you might have to.
That's the gambling jersey in me. Sorry.
Actually, there's no counting cards on the podcast, Craig. But that's and then I finally did a video the other day, which got some pretty good traction. So that felt good to come back.
Me too.
Nice.
But that's basically it here. So let's move on to talking to Craig. Hi, Craig. How are you?
Hi, Craig.
How's it going? Hi.
So again, the 48-hour group build is upon us, and this year it's a little bit earlier in the month of July than it normally is.
Yes,
but,
indeed.
I mean, you gave us plenty of warning. was a lot sooner than the Thursday a week beforehand, so like the podcast is here. But and that was for personal reasons, yes? You had like other things going on?
Yeah, I had another event, live event that's happening that just, supersedes obviously the 48. I always do try to keep it though in the month of July at the very least. But I actually made a couple of fans by moving it because it's not going to conflict with the IPMS like it did last time
Oh,
around.
nice.
Or whatever.
That's right.
It was the same weekend.
So do you think maybe this might be its new home time slot, or is it just depending on what your schedule is going to be like from year to year?
That's a very good point. Like I could certainly throw it out there, but usually I wait to see how my schedule lands and what's happening because I would prefer it to be toward the end of the month. But again, I just had to move it up a couple weeks, all that kind of thing. So you know what? It's probably just going to be. It's going to have to fit where I can host because it'd be kind of dumb to host something and not be able to do it, participate, of course, right? So. That's just the way, it should be, I think, right? So, I tried to do a few parties that way, but it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So,
you come home when people have touched your stuff and left ketchup stains on the sheets.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
That was a bust.
They try to turn a speaker into like a keg or something. It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't, especially when you plug it in.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're good. But we always stay within July is really what I could say is really the goal.
Okay.
Kind of thing. And avoid the 4th weekend or wherever that is because people are busy doing stuff, including myself, right? So it's
right.
But yeah, so that's usually what you could be a safe bet. It's usually month of July. So
right on, because like here in Arizona on the 4th of July, it all hell breaks loose. I mean, it's like.
Yeah, weren't people shooting outside your house last year? And
war.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty spectacular. So I was outside with the garden hose, just wait to hose off the roof and see anything landed on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Matt is showing us the 48-hour group build Facebook page. Yep, and how many people have you got on there so far now?
80 members?
80 members.
It's about 80. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it is a record. We were close to that last year, but I imagine there'll be a few more added as we get going into the weekend because you'd be surprised how many people jump in like last minute. They were kind of like on the sideline.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of just come out of the woodwork,
That was Chuck last year. We had
Justin Ryan's there.
We had to pull Chuck's teeth last time to get him in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'll notice Jody Doyle is in there. I want to say he volunteered. He voluntold. I kind of guilted him. I said, "You got to jump in there, Jody." Right. Well, I said, "Come on."
Yeah, look at them names.
Well,
is that Iceman Collections in there too?
Iceman Collections.
Iceman Collections, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some people involved.
This is cool.
Yeah, a lot of. This one's gonna be rocking, man. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun.
So what's crazy?
Oh, and look who there's that guy.
That jerk's everywhere.
And that guy.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
And of course.
What Craig's at the bottom? Does it go like earliest to latest? Okay.
I'm like on page 75, I think, or so. I'm at the very end.
Hey, there's 81 members in there.
Right. 81 members in there?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, they throw me at the back. That's all right.
I just joined.
Oh, good for you, Chuck.
Oh, let's
yeah.
My goodness, there you are. Yeah.
Bing.
Yeah. There you go. So yeah, it's great to see that. Of course, I mean, of course, you guys have helped greatly. Get the word around and out. Of course. So I can't thank you enough for that. And and it is a fun time. One of the coolest things that happened was, and this was probably a couple of years ago now, but someone jumped in like Sunday morning, right? And I thought that was like the neatest thing because it's like they knew they weren't gonna like finish the kit, but they were like they wanted to do it. There was a work thing, I think, or whatever happened. And they just jumped in anyway, like with, just a few hours to go. And I thought that was pretty neat, So that's what it's all about too. You can come and go as you need. So, that's always been the kind of the format of it, right?
I didn't know I could do that. I'm going to do that this year.
So the first year I had 2 huge events that I had to go to. Had a Jeep Jamboree going on and something else. Last year, I don't think I left, but I did finish way early. And then, of course, you guys were giving me a hard time about that. This year, my wedding anniversary is Saturday.
Oh.
Wow.
So I will be leaving Saturday, leaving the group build for just. I was told that you can do whatever you want the rest of the weekend, but between this time slot and this time slot,
Yeah. Oh, then when we're doing the D&D thing, Jason's like, "Oh, we can't do this weekend because we have the 40-hour group build." And like everybody who wasn't a model car builder in the room was like,
exactly.
Got a big eye roll from Linda. She's like, "Okay, sure."
Yep. Fine. Okay.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
No priorities.
Yeah.
I think
all about
I can't remember. I think last year was Felix's birthday. Was the weekend of Felix's birthday?
Yes.
And I completely blew it off to stay in here and work on a model. That's the kind of grandpa I am.
Somebody brought you cake though.
Well, if they knew what's good for them, yeah.
Right.
I built 2 kits.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
That's right.
The parts count on each one was like 3, but it's good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Chuck, you were working on figures, weren't you?
No, I did the
drift
trike, this drift trike.
Yeah,
right.
But it was pretty cool. I liked it.
It was cool, actually.
Chuck had the same problem you did, Jason. Every time he touched it, it made more parts.
Yes,
because it just kept breaking.
Yeah, it broke a bunch.
Yeah,
nice.
But all in all, they came out pretty good. I liked them.
I think what Chuck did was actually just downloaded a file and printed a new one.
No, actually, I had 2 of them.
Oh, that's right.
And I was able to fix the one and then keep working on the new one. I just said, I'm going to do 2.
It's funny. I remember at the closing stages of the group build last year, and Brian, you'll remember this because you were on the live hangout with me. Mm-hmm. You guys were all like feverishly trying to finish your kits. And one of the guys looked up and I had my feet up on the desk.
Yes.
And I was looking through my phone and they were all like, "What are you doing?" Look, I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah. Oh, sure, Mr. Overachiever.
Yeah, that's the overachiever thing.
It's just like grade school. When you finish your test, place it in the box on the teacher's table and then go out to the recess yard. Please don't just stick around the class and taunt the rest of the students.
Yeah.
I.e. me, because I was usually the last one out anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, stay up to class. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I could get my tests done fast. It's just I didn't like all the distractions of the other students in the classroom, so they would all leave, and I would just like fill it out real fast like a printer and drop it.
Yeah.
Last year's I failed at finishing mine. I still haven't finished that model. I need to get it done. There's not a lot left to go, but of course, I got the advice from BG my first year, and I didn't listen to him, but I did get it done. But your rule was what were your main rules? Don't build a race car.
Don't build a race car.
Don't build a race car.
And then the third one was don't build a race car.
Right, something like that. Well, first year I built a race car. Second year I built a race car. And this year I'm finally taking a page out of BG's book, and I'm going to be putting out a video here probably this week, finally giving my what kit it's going to be, my whatever the video that this is my, can't think of a word that I'm looking for what the reveal. I don't know.
I actually think I know what I'm going to do.
I know what I'm going to do. Yeah.
I'm going to, but I will say this about the kit that I'm doing is it's a snap. I'm going to build a snap kit this time.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be, but I want this thing to be very cool. I actually want to build it to take it to a show, throw it on the table because it'll be neat looking. It's going to be something special for me.
I think this year I'm going to be the guy that finishes early and kicks my feet up on the table like Jason did.
Yeah.
Because I've been wanting to. I can tell you what I'm going to build, right? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, sure.
I built this up there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've had the Woody for like a long time. And I've been wanting to. Oh no!
Good for
Come
you.
on! I did it again.
Good for you. Good for you, Chuck. That's
It's a family show. Have you tried? Never mind. We're just walking away from that. Don't look at anybody. Don't look at his woody.
So
folks.
I've been wanting to build that for a long time, and it's sitting right behind me, and I keep digging it out. Like, oh, I need to do this.
What have you wanted to build?
No, I didn't do it again. You know what I mean. So I need the mate up there. So
Jeez, Chuck, come on.
Now you do it on purpose.
I guess I'll be working on my woody all weekend.
Okay, well, make sure you got the black bar generator turned on your computer monitor.
Oh,
Gotta
boy.
be fun.
So he knows what he's working on his woody all weekend.
Uh-huh.
What are you working on, Brian? What do you know yet?
Well, because I've had a hard time trying to. I want to do a car though, and I have rules against about what to do. So I'm gonna do a race car. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Oh, too bad Matt's dying.
He's gonna do another resin race car, right? The small scale resin.
I'm having a hard time choosing between two specific kits. I want to do something from the world of the Japanese auto. So I'm having a hard time narrowing it down. Maybe we can. You guys help me out.
Do what I did. Make a video and let the comments tell you what to do.
I was thinking that maybe you guys can help me out on the podcast.
They're gonna pick an enthusiast kit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Make sure you detail the inside of that engine. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So why don't we do that right now? How about we do that right now?
Do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey.
Yeah. I'm in a voting mood.
How about if we bring you front stage on this one, huh?
Okay.
Whoa, there we are.
Ooh, a Celica.
Yay. So yeah, I'm looking at possibly this one.
Actually.
This is the was this an Oshima? Yeah, this is an Oshima Celica 1600 GT from the 70s. And this one actually is a very simplified kit because it's got like the chassis is more of a battery tray for the motorized version that would have been on. So there's that. I'm trying not to put that on my mouse so I don't unclick things. Or this one, I actually am a little bit more excited about because last year was the year that I kind of really got to be good friends with Frank Steffens because we were all hanging out online. And then he actually sent me this kit the day after. The day after the 48-hour group build because we were talking about it. So I'm like, I might do this awesome little van.
That's it. That gets my vote.
That gets
I like it. I like that one. You could do anything. You could do a lot with that one. You can get,
I personally like the Celica.
I do like the Celica.
I like the Celica too, Brian.
Awesome.
But you could take your time with the Celica and do a really nice detailed kit.
Or you can take your time with Frank Steffens' kit because you owe it to him.
I say we vote. I say we put up a vote.
See how I put that?
I saw how you did that, Chuck. Yeah, you just sort of like turned it around backwards. This is a 1/20th scale kit.
And it's going to take a lot longer because it's a little bigger.
I don't build those.
Right.
Didn't we delete that particular sub?
We did. Yeah, it's really cool. Now that I know it's 1/20th, I might change my vote. We'll have to see.
All right. Well, should we do a vote here or have the commenters do a vote?
Well, I think that we should do a vote here and commenters.
Okay. So all in favor of the Celica? All in favor of Celica? Raise your hand. All right. All in favor of the van? Oh, the vans have it.
I protest.
Recount.
Protest.
I was expecting Craig to abstain. It's like, sorry.
This election has been rigged.
That
wasn't I'll get Elon to check the voting machines first.
Perfect. Perfect.
All right, cool. So the van, it is van life, baby. Now all I need to do is make a diorama of a river, and we'll have the whole package.
You would.
There you go.
Yes, you would.
Whoa,
that's a Chris Farley.
Yes. Nice.
Very good, Chuck. I'm glad
Look at the big brain on
By
Chuck,
the river.
Nice. There you go.
All right.
I love that, dude.
I am slightly impressed.
So
Mostly
speaking
not.
of being impressed, of course, last year we were talking about we're talking about last year how we got to hang out with some particular folks, and I found it absolutely fascinating that almost a year now, we have forged some great friendships with several people in the community because of that hangout. Like I was already kind of chummy with Outlaw, Scale Model Outlaw, and Billy Strange and Frank Steffens, but and then Rattlecan. You know, me and Ted go back a ways, but being able to actually do a Discord hangout really solidified those friendships. And I think we can speak for just about everybody here, because I remember getting off the computer to go take a break, whatever, and Chuck is texting me going, "Hey, Outlaw is awesome. This guy's cool." You know, I'm like, yeah, he is. You know,
that's where I met Mike and Billy Strange and Ted. That was where I met them, and we all became friends after that. So
I'm hoping there are other folks out there that have similar stories like that. But
I hope so too.
When I always say I started my channel so I could be part of the YouTube crew and all that stuff. But at the same time, I was watching, I think it was Chip's last Chevy Cheeseburger's last time he hosted. And I was watching this, you know, I was popping in, eating my breakfast. I'm watching him on YouTube while he's just got the camera in the corner of his room. And he's scooting around in his chair and he's grinding this and scooting over another corner and painting that. You know, meanwhile, people are writing in. He's answering text questions and stuff and everything. And he was talking about the diet that he'd been on, so he lost a lot of weight and everything. I remember asking him if he's going to refer to himself as Chevy Veggie Cheeseburger now, and he's like, "No."
But actually, at Acme, he got the nickname Chevy Slider. You know, because he was a smaller version,
right? But I was like, I want to be part of this. How can I be part of this? And then I was talking to Linda about it, and she was like, "We'll start a YouTube channel. Maybe next year you can be part of that." So the 48-hour group build is what kind of got me into YouTube, along with wanting to be part of the community as well. So
it was when all of his top 10 builds.
It was when BG and I first met and started hanging out, and we started the model car guys. He kept talking about this 48-hour build thing, and kept telling me, "You got to get in on it." And I said, man, I don't know if I'd like doing stuff like that. And so it took a couple of years, and finally I was like, I'm going to do it. And then the whole thing, and then the whole Discord thing really kind of took off last year, which just made it better. You know, it just, you know, the whole ability for a bunch of people to come in and out and meeting all kinds of people. And I think I'm going to spend, I didn't do it as much last year. I think I'm going to spend a lot more time on yours. You get that fired up. I think I'm going to hang out there a lot. And wherever else, you know, I'm going to bounce around if there's a whole bunch.
Which ones are in yours?
Yeah. So we'll be having a Discord again this year, folks. We're working out some of the details on that, but you know, it was great to have it last year, no doubt, and it definitely adds another layer of just hanging out, right? And feeling like, you know what, I'm just not this guy all by myself here doing whatever. You know, it's awesome, you know, of course. So we're definitely going to be doing one again this time around.
Nice.
So
that's cool.
I know that as well as the Discord. So the Sunday guys are planning to do an extended Sunday build room. Eastern Standard Time. We'll probably go to sometime between noon and 1 Eastern Time. Okay. And we're going to keep it open and right until the deadline, 8 o'clock. That way, you know.
So at 5 o'clock my time, all you guys are just going to go dark and walk away, right?
Well, we'll see. We'll see how long we've been going, because you could hop on earlier.
Yep.
True.
You could.
That was weird. Yeah. It's like you froze for a second. You're like, hop on earlier. I'm like, there's no more sentence.
Yeah. I think that'll be it'll be the finish line for us anyway. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that there are people out there that might not be participating, but they're following along, watching the update videos, and rooting for us on Facebook. On the Facebook page.
Absolutely.
That is awesome.
That's right. The update videos were a blast. I was having fun with that, just churning those out, not worrying about nothing, making them really quick. This is how far I got and all that. And I put the quick set on the friction decals. And
freaking outlaw had to bring that up last night.
That's right.
oh, I know, yeah.
Oh,
I still get. It is repaired though. It's good to have know somebody on the inside. And I had another decal sheet sent to me, and
Did you ever find that part you lost just before you put the?
I never did, but again, having knowing somebody on the inside, I got one sent to me. So
nice.
I got to finish that model, and I can complete it completely.
So that's something I've always said about the 40-hour group build is maybe you don't finish, but you're well on your way to getting something going that you can finish later, or like in some people's case, a year later. But
whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
I will finish this model that I got because I'm trying to keep it as easy as possible. But I know me.
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
And then, but you know what? And then BG, you like pull out a couple of kits, and immediately you go. I thought to myself, oh, I have the Celica. I think the Aoshima Celica, but the one that was the mini Mustang that they always call it.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I have that though.
Yeah.
So now but I will go for a simplistic kit if I change the idea that I have for the one I'm going to do. I'm going to make that video maybe tonight and put it out.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah. One of the kits that I was going to do was like too simplistic. Right, it had one parts tree, the body, the wheels, and tires, and one parts tree.
See, that's a win. That's a win.
Yeah, I decided I'm going to build that this weekend.
Really?
Which kit is that?
That would be. I don't want to say if you. I don't want to say if you watch my videos, you'd know, but.
Cute little
awesome.
Oh yeah,
and it's a snap kit.
It's only got one parts tree. It's a Tamiya.
One parts tree.
Huh.
I don't know if it says what the parts count on here is, but so you got the body is already being primered, right? That's it.
Yeah.
And the chassis was right here.
So what's funny about that car is that's the car that the Moto Compo motorbike would fit in.
Yeah.
The Honda City.
Yeah, so I mean, I couldn't do this one. I mean, I could have done two of these, but
not if you Pro Street it.
Oh,
well, there we are.
This guy.
I know.
Wheels are turning.
Speaking of channeling, there's Fred Henry.
Right. Actually, what would be kind of interesting, Jason, is if you took that the body and chassis of that Honda City and mounted it on the chassis of your your little carrier thing that you just got.
Oh yeah, that would be neat.
That would be interesting.
Huh? Well, I've already got other plans though, so guess it won't happen. But
that's cool, but I'm not doing it.
Exactly.
Hey, at least you entertained it. I appreciate that.
I did.
I was kicking around, kind of like dropping into a different genre for doing it, but I don't know. For me, the 48-hour build feels like, for me, a model car.
Me too.
I'm sorry, but I'm not building a model car this weekend or this next time.
Don't say it, Chuck. You don't need to say it again.
Yeah.
I'm going to play my Woody.
Told you nobody cares.
I can just sense the hate mail.
It's right on the golf tee.
You just go into the bathroom and be by yourself.
Exactly.
You couldn't let that sit. No.
Chuck's like, I don't know why my channel got blocked.
Playing with my Woody for 48 hours.
Well, so in all,
wow.
I was doing a video on how to do wood grain for a wood-bodied car, and I actually posted on there, check out my Woody as a title. That one got the most views on any channel.
Yeah.
How many views did you get?
Yeah.
Like 1 million.
There you go. Now you figured it out.
One person actually commented, very disappointed.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, well,
Beautiful.
that's back when I could do things
Brilliant.
and get away with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then some guys go and host a, appreciation group. Well, I can't get away with anything.
Nope, sure can't.
No.
But yeah, so Craig, what have you got picked to build this year?
Actually, it must be a van year, and I know they're coming back a little bit, right? So I picked out this guy here. I actually was a little prepared, right? So we're going to build this dude.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things
Yep.
pizza van.
Yeah.
Are you going to
Yeah,
build
no.
it as the box art?
Actually, very much so, except a little twist as always, and it's going to be basically an abandoned pizza van on the side of a desert kind of road kind of thing.
Oh.
So
Oh,
the desert road piece, I'm trying to see if I can say that's not really part of this build, just the model, and that's if I get the diorama done with it, it's fine. I don't know. But
yeah.
either way, it doesn't matter. It's all about having a good time with it.
Right.
So,
Right.
but yeah, it will be like that to me, a racing white, which is kind of like an off-white, and definitely dusty and crusty a little bit, sitting, kind of dilapidated. There may even be a missing tire or something like that, but we'll see as the where the journey takes us, sort of.
Some really nasty pizzas inside.
Very cool.
That's it. Yeah. That would be a perfect idea, actually. Just,
yeah.
Put a
If
few
you need any
bits.
pictures of abandoned vehicles in the desert, let me know.
He'll
like
just
a
go
desert-
outside and take a couple pictures.
Yeah.
I figured I need some scorpions. I probably need some rattlesnakes. I don't know, something like this, probably, right? Something, some kind of thing. But
we don't say those words here in this house. It's like Beetlejuice.
I don't know. Is that a topping of pizza in Arizona, like scorpions? You guys like have for fried scorpions or something?
Got a little bit of a bite to it, doesn't it? Making my tongue go numb.
Nice.
Tastes like chicken, but my tongue went numb.
Yeah. What's kind of cool is somebody else is building the same kit, but obviously they're going to take a totally different direction with it. So because I saw it was posted up there already, and I said, "Ooh, I hope I don't upset them." But they are like the king of 48-hour builds. They've been doing every one every time, and I think they finished almost every one every time. So kudos to them. So
sweet.
I
pretty
don't
wild.
think it matters if you build the same kit as somebody else does.
No. I don't think most people are cool with that. I think you have to be kind of a special kind of person to have a problem with it, But most people love it because they're curious to see what the heck you're going to do,
Exactly.
So, or they're probably having as much pain as I'm having right now.
Right.
Piece.
Yeah. I'm the guy that goes, how the heck did you do that? How'd you get that?
Yeah. How'd that possibly go? Yeah. So,
right.
So, looking forward to it.
Let's see. So that's it's all good stuff, man. I really can't freaking wait. I keep thinking it's supposed to be this coming weekend, but it's not. It's still 2 weeks away.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, it's 2 weeks. So it's a little ways.
4th of July.
Yeah, it'll go quick because we got a holiday thrown in there, and I'm sure that'll go fast.
True.
A week from today is 4th of July. Yeah.
Right. So 2 weeks from today. And what's crazy is we're supposed to record a podcast the 11th. So that could be interesting.
Yep.
There you go. There it is.
So it starts on Friday?
Friday, July 11th at 8 p.m. your time, right?
That's it. Yep.
Okay. So we can almost be building it on our podcast.
Almost.
Well,
Jason would be closer to it than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Because that'd be kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Something to think about, huh?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to doing all the social hangouts and stuff that you guys are talking about.
Yeah,
so that's going to be
I'm
awesome.
excited.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always fun. Always good time. Yep. Definitely.
So how long are you thinking about keeping this going, Greg? Are you going to hand it off to somebody else in the future, or are you just going to keep going until you can't?
What's funny is, and I think I mention it every year, and I try to put it in the intro, that it's coming up kind of thing, and I try to do it in the recap video, which is, if you really go back, and I won't go on a long back in the day. See, I listen.
Ding, ding.
if you go back, like there was different hosts over the years, right? When Chip was doing it, then someone else stepped in, and another person stepped in for a while. Because I think you guys probably knew this, or maybe you forgot, but it used to be at the end of every month. It used to be every month the 48-hour build, right? So yeah, that's a lot to commit to if you're going to be the one doing it every time, right? So that's why there's different hosts at certain times. So that's what I always say is I don't own the 48-hour build. If you want to have one in October or December or February, anybody's welcome to do one, of course, right? But I just do the annual one. That's kind of when it all started, was in July of 2013, right? So I just kind of stick to that timeline, and it seems like most people are cool with that. Like they like the idea of having it once a year. And I would,
the 48-hour build though. There can be other, others, but this is
imitators.
The 48.
The great. I call it the Great 48.
The Great
48.
The Great 48. Do you know if there's any international folks that are joining in this year? I think there was last year.
There are a couple, yes. I think there's a couple from the UK. I don't remember who specifically, but I believe there is again. So yeah, we do have a couple international folks, which is totally cool, obviously. So yeah. And then a few folks who said they're going to build, but they, again, as I say, open it up to if you work weekends. Again, I used to work weekends too. You can kind of do it a different time, and certainly just let me know for sure, because I can get the word out. Hey, let's keep, let's jump into someone's corner and help them out, and push them along as they're building on a different day or set of days. But yeah, so yeah, we do have a little international reach, which is pretty awesome.
I just saw there's a couple of Canadians, eh?
Yeah.
Canadians, eh?
Every time
I'm going to do it again.
Yes, they. I don't know if he's doing it, but there's definitely a couple of Canadians. Yep, sure. Friends to the north. Yep, absolutely.
It qualifies.
So,
oh man, I want to get. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, it'll get here pretty quick, believe it.
Yeah.
Holiday between now and then, a holiday. It'll move it along. So yeah, it's going to be great as always. And we always have fun. It's a key, it's just whatever. That's why I keep doing it. And I will, to answer your question, I'm really a long-winded answer, but to answer your question, yes, I will keep doing it as long as I can.
Awesome.
For sure.
Right now, you're considered sort of the steward of it for this section, for this amount of time.
Yeah. It's just something I really enjoy, and I've been done a bunch of them, and it's something to look forward to. Kind of thing. And it's so as long as I'm able to do it, I'm doing it. So there you
perfect.
Go.
Excellent.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Cool, man. How are we doing on time for you, Craig?
We're kind of getting to the end of that, I guess. But there's 48. Remember, just get in your brain 48. And again, it's all about having fun with it. Just to recap, the whole thing. And and if you fit in within 48 and you challenge yourself, that's awesome. If not, join the majority. Most people don't finish in 48 hours, but it is fun to try, no doubt. It is definitely fun to try. But
I think last year I built the best model ever for a 48-hour group build, that Toyota pickup.
Yeah.
And it just
was last year or the year before?
No, I did the Toyota pickup last year.
That's where you had to pick up, and I have that kit, and that was one I was thinking of doing at one time. That year's just. And you took it to shows and won some awards with it too. I mean, it's a nice
won a
model.
couple of awards, and it's been in a couple of magazines too. When I write on there, it's like, oh, I did this in 48 hours. People are like, wait, what?
Exactly.
It was a YouTube 48-hour group build. We did that for that.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that mine will be nice again. I hear you guys silently asking what I'm going to build.
Yes, I'm silently asking that. I'm using the Unagi.
So the Tamiya, not for you guys that are listening, the Tamiya Lotus Super 7. This was almost unanimously, like on my video, everybody said I had to build this. So
that's pretty cool.
Nice. Very nice.
I think it'll be good.
You got to build it to a Mark Jones level in 48 hours.
Oh my!
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy. Wow. Well, we won't get any sleep on that one.
No.
A 17-piece model car kit and added another 100 parts to it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
you could always go for the special clause, which is 48 bench hours.
There
there you go.
you go.
I
There
didn't know
you
there was
go.
a loophole. Okay.
Oh,
my
there's
goodness.
always loopholes. So
Yeah.
Right.
but
I mean, last year I added up the hours I was actually working on that model truck, and it was like 8 hours. The
Yeah.
rest of the time was spent just sitting here on the camera going, "Oh, what are you guys working on? Oh, I'm going to go have dinner. What are you going to have? You know?
True.
yeah,
Right.
Do you guys
Oh,
like
yeah.
graham crackers? I like graham crackers. You know, that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Aren't Teddy Grahams
Exactly.
awesome? But,
Yep.
Cool.
So, but yet, guys, I do have to get running, but I do appreciate, of course, all the coverage, all the support, and it's again just 2 short weeks away,
Right on.
and looking forward to it all. So, thank you again, and yep.
Craig,
You're
thank you
welcome.
for stopping by and talking about that with us, and
Yeah.
we're very happy that we're able to help you grow that and make it even bigger than it was last year, and maybe next year we can do it again. So,
Mhm.
Absolutely.
always putting our shoulders behind that group build, dude. The one
Awesome.
I really don't want to miss every year is the 48-hour group build. It means too much.
Yep.
It's really
Thanks
turning
so much.
into a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool, dude.
Yep.
Well, thanks for stopping in, and we hope
Yep.
we get to talk to you again pretty soon before the group build actually starts. But otherwise, we'll see you then.
Yeah,
Yep,
exactly.
Absolutely, guys. Yep, absolutely. We will be
Alrighty.
in. All right.
Thanks a lot,
Awesome.
Craig.
All right.
Thank you. All right.
Enjoy your evening, my friend.
We'll
Yes,
see you then.
guys too. Be safe. Enjoy. And we'll see you then. Yep.
Bye. Okay, why don't we take an opportunity to have a little bit of a break, and then we'll come back and do the other stuff that we need to do for our show.
Hey, do you have any firecrackers handy?
A few, I think. What's up? The 4th isn't for a few more days.
Oh, well, I'm not real happy with this model car kit. I want to send it into orbit.
What? Oh, man, why?
Well, to tell the truth, I was pretty disappointed in the engine and the wheel options the kit came with, so, bang zoom, straight to the moon, Alice.
No, my friend. Don't blow up that precious styrene. Try going to icemancollections.com and pick out different engines or wheel options.
Yeah? What else does Iceman Collections have?
Oh, I have it here on my phone. Check this out. He has over 400 parts available for model cars and dioramas.
Oh, nice. Says here he has a newsletter, too?
Yep, sign up and get exclusive news and promotions. He even offers a promo code. It's podcast12, and you get 12% off of your order.
Hey, that's great. Every little bit does help these days.
Exactly. Give Iceman Collections a try and order some cool aftermarket engines and wheels to help elevate your build.
Oh, I was gonna elevate my build, all right.
Oh, not like that. Now, I have a model airplane, though, that I'm not quite liking.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Thank you for sticking around for that nice little commercial break that we had. And if you get a chance, please go check out Craig, the Mutt Modeler channel on the YouTubes. Just type in Mutt Modeler. It'll come right up. And we want to say a big thank you to him. And of course, this is episode 43. Just as a reminder, this is the Richard Petty of Scale Model Car podcast episodes. And then ding, there it is up there on the screen. Thank you, Matt. That's a nice looking logo, by the way.
It is.
Actually.
Very cool. And we'll go, woohoo, back in the day. Ding,
Heck
ding, ding.
yeah, ding, ding, ding. Is that
Yeah.
on one wheel? That was cool.
Yep. That was at Sonoma back in
Sonoma's a great course.
89 or 90. That was 90.
Our friend John Weber used to run a Sonoma once in a while when he was in California.
Nutty track.
And he loved that track. All right,
Nutty
cool. So
track.
now that we're back, let's go ahead and get on with the housekeeping stuff. Let's do the Northeast Model Car Report featuring Jason.
Featuring me. Okay, so let's talk about upcoming shows. Starting with July 12th, the Space City Shootout Model Car Contest, hosted by the Houston Automotive Modeler Society. That is held at the Stafford Center, 10505 Cash Road in Stafford, Texas.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Do you think they go by hams? I don't know. Houston
Go by
Automotive
what?
Modeler Society, hams. I mean,
I
do you
think they
think they
do.
go by hams?
I think they do, actually.
Okay. All right,
I have
cool.
heard of them.
Yes.
Then sweet.
Nice. Okay. Next, July 18th through the 20th, the Syracuse Mini Nationals Model Car Contest. That is held at the NYS Fairground Center of Progress building, 581 State Fair Boulevard, Syracuse, New York. Now, I have a couple of Syracuse ones in here, I believe. I might be totally lying to you guys. Anyway. So next would be July 27th, the WYE Bridge Hobbies second annual model car show, held in conjunction with the Oil Heritage Festival Car Show. That's 247 Seneca Street, Oil City, Pennsylvania. Sounds like a good time. Model cars and real cars.
Mm-hmm.
Next in line, August 6th, the IPMS USA Nationals. That's held at the Hampton Roads Convention Center, 1610 Coliseum Drive, Hampton, Virginia. No, for a fact, a few of our friends will be attending that. So cannot.
So's my boss.
Cannot wait to see some of the videos from that.
Yep.
Next, August 16th, the Mid-Iowa Modelers Expo, NNL. This is an NNL-style model car show. The theme is pickup trucks. It's hosted by IPMS Glue Brothers and held at the Prairie Creek Church, 801 West 1st Street in Grimes, Iowa.
That's kind of cool because their theme is trucks, and a lot of people don't even have trucks as categories. That is awesome.
Right. That's a good point. It's a very good point.
Yep. Next, September 6th, the Eastern Iowa Model Car Show, held at the Calvary Baptist Church Fellowship Hall, 803 East Maple Leaf Drive, Mount Pleasant, Iowa. And then last for the shows, for at least this episode, September 6th, the Buffalo NNL. It's the third annual model car show, held at the Knights of Columbus Hall, 755 Erie Ave, North Tonawanda, New York. Their theme is Battle of the Pony Cars.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
In this corner, wearing the yellow trunks.
It's not far from my hometown.
Exactly. Tonawanda?
Yeah, I didn't live too far. I just lived south from there.
No kidding.
Yeah, where I grew up.
That's very cool.
You sound so excited about that, Matt. Yeah, that's where I grew up.
It was a hell of an upbringing. Let me tell you. A lot of. Well, I had a cow pasture in my backyard. I like the smell of it. Never mind.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Reminds me of home.
Right.
It really does. What can I say?
That's a lot to unpack there, buddy.
Yeah. Wow.
First 14 years, I had cows in my backyard. What can I say? It was a dairy community. It was Appalachian. I'm Appalachian. What can I say? Even though it was southwestern New York.
No, technically, the Appalachians go up around through Scotland or something like that. So geologically speaking. No, swear to God, dude, look it up. It's a thing. The Appalachian Mountain Range goes under the ocean and right up and through Scotland or something like that. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to look that up. Wow, this totally went in a different direction.
You know what? I'll wait. You go do that.
That's crazy.
Okay. You do that. I'm going to get onto the Google machine right now.
Face is talking.
Get on the Google machine. Just be easy. You're a little heavy for that machine. So, upcoming kits. There's not a super lot to talk about. We know the list of AMT stuff that's coming out. But the big news is Mobius has released the dates for the 65 BFX Comet and the 1970 F350 ramp truck. So they are expected early July, and they're taking pre-orders on those. So
Mobius, huh?
That's good news.
Yeah. What about the truck?
And as well as all the Chevy Fleet Masters. Any gets around that. Those are all early July too, so that's something really cool to look forward to.
No 68 C10. Sorry.
No 68 C10s.
Watch Mobius come out. Watch Mobius come out with a GM license for pickup trucks, and they produce every pickup truck except the year Chuck wants.
Yes. Right. And then they send me hate mail.
and on top of it.
That would be great.
I think that would be enough of a message right there.
I would totally understand then.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, it could be worse. You could have cows in your pasture.
Very true.
That's
Cows are supposed to be in a pasture.
yeah, but not. You know what I mean? Never mind. I thought it was funny in my head.
Your backyard.
In my backyard.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, what, you got cows in your backyard? Come on.
We got cows in the backyard. Yeah, they're
I
sitting right
can
next to
sit
the
on
car.
my Davenport and look out the back window and
Yeah, they're right next to the car.
What's a
Right next to the
Davenport?
car.
Was that made by Chrysler? Moving on.
See yourself out now.
Okay. Thank you and good night.
Hey.
Hey, you got cows in your
we're
backyard.
crashing and burning.
Yeah, you got cows in your backyard.
Okay, that's it.
That's it. And that's all. Okay. Thank you, Jason. Chuck,
You're welcome.
Chuck, what have you
All
got
right.
for us in the world of 3D?
All right, we got a few things. So, starting off with Iceman Collections, he's got the Ford Big Block 460 engine from the original Bigfoot monster truck. You guys see that yet?
Yeah, buddy.
It's pretty detailed. So, he's also got Paint Stripper, the only one proven not to damage Iceman Collections parts. So,
Oh, really?
yes.
Wow.
What's
So
that
that's
stuff
what
called?
I don't know what it's called, but I know I have some.
It's like Dave's Best Stripper or something like
Something like that, yeah. And it does work really good.
that. Right.
So
There has been a lot of questions about what's the best thing to use to strip 3D parts.
well,
Mhm.
that's kind of proven. I mean, I'm sure he proved it.
You know, I think I'm
Obviously.
going to pick up a pint of that stuff just because.
Yes. So elevate your builds with Iceman Collections. With White Tank Mountains or White Tank Hobbies, he's got White Tank Mountains. White Tank Hobbies.
He said
He's
mountains.
He's got fire extinguishers, and I think they're a black box miniatures file,
Ooh,
and
okay.
they're pretty nice. I've actually printed these before, and they're really nice. So check those out. What else do we got? We will look at Josh Reese with VCG Resins. He says they will be on vacation from July 1st to July 8th. The store will remain open. There will be no shopping during that, or there will be no shipping during that time. We appreciate everyone's patience and understanding. Normal shipping resumes July 9th. Okay.
Cool.
And around mid-July, they're going to have their 4th year of VCG Resins, an annual customer appreciation event. So make sure you sign up for their email list and keep an eye out for that. I will be looking out for that. So
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, you are you done?
No,
Okay. Then
I'm not done. Are you trying to shut me up? Fine.
Shut him down.
No, not like
For-
that one night. No.
And last but not least, Scale Speed Garage. Scale Speed Garage File Pack 51. It's got the small block Chevy, which we need those.
Mhm.
Everybody's making big blocks and stuff like that. This is kind of cool. Small block Chevy, stock plus performance goodies like quad Weber, cross ram intake, vintage 60 speed parts, modern style accessory drive. This is like right up my alley, guys. And I think it's probably right up Matt's alley too. Scale Speed Garage 51 file pack will also feature modern aftermarket AC equipment for Resto Mod, vintage swamp cooler, etc. That's pretty
Really?
cool. So
Cool.
I don't think I've ever seen like a modern aftermarket air conditioner. Have you?
No, not on the model car.
I have not.
I've seen them in real, but
And that pack will mark their 4,000th STL files that they've released. 4,000
Wow.
STL files. That's
Nice.
insane,
Wow.
man.
I thought we were doing good with episode 43, but 4,000.
No, he just did us like way over. Add a couple zeros to that.
Right?
So the Pro and Elite bonus also coming soon. Features the Ford 427 single overhead cam motor. That is going to be cool.
Mhm.
And slammed resto mod style version of the Metro van. So that's kind of cool. I like the Metro van that came out.
I do like them. There's a lot you can do with that.
Yeah. So that's what he's got coming out. A lot of cool stuff coming out. Keep your guys' eyes peeled. It's going to be interesting.
I was just thinking about that Metro van. You could do a mid-engine wheel stander with that thing.
Yeah, that thing is cool, man.
Right. Feel free to steal my ideas, folks.
Yeah.
I'm giving them out here.
It's
Right?
going to get printed. That's going to get printed for sure.
Squirrels.
Yes, sir.
Squirrels.
Sorry,
He
doing
does
that
pretty good work, Chris Bell.
He sure does.
And Scale Auto Model Works that helps do some of the designs too.
I'm kind of bummed I have to wait like almost a year before we can hang out with those guys again.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, they are. Let's see here. Thank you very much, Chuck. Appreciate that. Of course.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you, Chuck.
You're very welcome.
And then on to God, I don't remember what I was gonna say now. Anyway, all right. On to emails. It's late. I'm old and hungry. Okay, so on to emails. Once again, our good friend Keith McGregor has saved the day with email.
So let's, before we read that, that's a good point. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Email us. It's like
Right.
everybody besides the four of us dropped, and Keith, I'm sorry, the five of us have dropped off the face of the earth.
Yeah. So, help.
Help, please.
All right. Well,
Also, where's the freaking hate mail? Something.
You know what?
Anything.
Silence can be a form of hate.
Oh,
Whoa, that one hit deep.
Oh, that's
That's what they're doing.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
You're hating that much.
It's all
Wow.
your
All
fault. It's all your fault, Chuck.
Yeah, if we don't get any more emails, I think we should start recording 1 hour shows. Pay them back.
Oh.
Pay him back once a month.
We're just gonna upload
Once a
blank
month.
podcast. It's just
Oh boy.
I'll just record my sound machine for an hour and then loop it.
Just snow.
Just snow. Oh man, that sounds like the podcast reminds me of like what I think LaCroix tastes like. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. No flavor. All right.
Yeah.
Now, here we go. On to the email. Let's drag this out as long as we can since we just have the one.
Spell it out. Spell it out. You can do it.
KEITH space M space capital MC. I'm just kidding. Okay. Keith McGregor writes, he attended his first model show in years and had a great time. Shout out to IPMS NIMCOM, that's spelled NIMCOM, NIMCOM 13, Region 5 in McHenry, Illinois.
Nice.
So he actually found 2 lost souls with Andy's Hobby headquarters shirts on. That's awesome. Although it was mainly military and aviation, there was some nice automotives on display as well. So that's good to see. He says the highlight was meeting Ed Saxton from Ravel. Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right on,
Back
Keith.
on the trail. Going to the shows for
Tell him
Ravel.
we said hi. Let's see here. We had a great discussion about the state of the hobby. He was very pleasant to talk to. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Unfortunately, Keith doesn't go on to spill the tea for what Ed says, so maybe it's all secret information. This one thing that was quite evident was the lack of youth at the show. I recognize this as an obvious weakness in the hobby, and yet there has to be concerted effort to get the younger generations involved. What can we all do to get these kids going? And finally, Chuck. Oh, hell with it. We all love Chuck.
Damn. Wait a
That's
minute. What?
The thoughts and opinions expressed by Keith are not necessarily shared by the rest of the hosts on this podcast. He says, regards, Keith, Rockford, Illinois, home of the iconic Testers Corporation. So, youth in the hobby. This is a topic that's been going on ever since the hobby was, I think, created and the first two adults recognized that there were no kids.
Yeah.
So they went and had some. But no, seriously though,
That's kind of funny.
The youth in the hobby thing is going to be an ongoing question because there are so many things out there that are more attractive to the youth.
Video games.
Time and their time and their money, and the instant gratification that this hobby lacks is something that's kind of a problem. So
yeah,
for me, this hobby has taught me a lot about order of process and patience. So which is why I'm able to do this podcast these days. But taught me how to do an outline.
That's why Bandai kits are a good thing, because I think they're the gateway. They're like a gateway.
That's a really good point. It's a really good point. As a matter of fact, at the store, I'm happy to notice that more younger people are coming in buying Gundam kits. They're not really perusing the military stuff. They not really checking out the car stuff. They're going right back for the Gundam stuff, and they're dropping some coin on that stuff too.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
I noticed my comic book shop, I've talked about this before, has started selling Gundam kits. And each time I go in there, I notice that they have added an Initial D car kit. It must be what they can get from their distributor, right? So they're slowly working car kits towards younger enthusiasts, I think. Right. Whether it actually catches on is yet to be seen. But things change. The hobby's changing. Gundams is the thing. That's what the kids want to do. What are you going to do except for grow with it? And
right. And I've heard that Gundam is the single largest model genre in the world if we're counting all countries.
Yeah.
So here's the thing though, is and I'm sure, and when I was in there visiting you at your work, there was people coming up to the counter actually buying Gundam. Remember the family that was there was like a family of 4.
Yep. Every other Saturday. Yep.
Another top thing out there is Warhammer. Warhammer and Gundam, and that we got in a big Warhammer discussion at the cash register, it's I think those are really, if you look at some of the YouTube stuff, Gundam, big numbers in YouTube subscribers and views, and so is Warhammer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huge.
Which brings us to our. Go ahead, Matt.
The thing about it is it's not the model, everybody, the hobby, but a lot of times, and this has been, I've been hearing this for the past 30 years, getting the kids involved in the hobby, but you got to be open-minded. It's like the kids are involved in the hobby. There's a lot of kids that you've seen it. I've been saying it for the longest time. Andy was saying it. Over the past 10 years, the Gundam has blown up. What you got in your hand right there is very popular with the younger crowd, science fiction. So there are a lot of kids getting into modeling. What us as the model car guys got to understand is we're freaking dinosaurs, and younger generations.
You're a dinosaur.
Younger generations are not interested in cars. The car thing is dying. Cars are appliances now. Most of them don't even get a driver's license when they turn 16s. They got Uber. It's not it's the car end of it and I don't believe it's dying, because actually the car end I've been seeing the last 20 years, being that I've had businesses involved in selling model car parts and stuff like that, is the hobby grows because there's constantly 40 and 50-year-old guys cycling into it.
Exactly.
But I think
a couple more generations of people that work into cars that will get into model cars. I think we got a couple more decades left, but it will fizzle out on the car end.
I think Tamiya is going to grow, because I think that line of cars, I think is a different, like my kids, their husbands they were into tuners and stuff.
Yes.
So Tamiya is going to rock that category. And also I think
I thought you were talking about Zayden. I'm like, Zayden's married?
No. My kids.
Daughters,
my kids.
yeah. I skipped a generation on you.
So I think Tamiya is going to grow like a lot more. I also think I was going somewhere and I got kind of sidetracked, but
sorry,
it was Tamiya I was thinking about.
Aoshima is the one who's really grabbing the bull by the horns.
Oh, F1 being so hot right now. F1's a hot thing. So I think a lot of F1 cars will start getting popular. And here's the thing is that Brian probably sees the numbers of age groups reaching the cash register and sees what they buy. So I'm sure he can probably validate some of that.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was just thinking about this last week, how many people I saw came to the counter with a domestic kit, round 2, Revell, whatever you want to call them, and Mobius, compared to how many Asian kits that we had going across the counter. And we had many more Asian kits, more Tamiya and Oshima kits going across the table than going out the door than domestic car kit stuff.
And Aoshima is doing a camp. I mean, you've got tons of them at your store, and they are really kicking it in gear. They're coming out with these Japanese cars that are snap kits, like the Skylines and classic Japanese JDM cars, and they're doing them in 24 scale and in 30-second scale.
30-second scale, yeah.
Yes.
And these kits are like completely. I mean, that was their focus, was aiming it towards kids.
Right.
So,
and those
they are really kicking it.
Those 30-second scale snap kits, I'm seeing grandparents bringing in the grandkids, and they're buying them a model car kit. Well, grandma's over there picking out a model car kit with Junior, and grandpa's over picking out his 1/16 scale leopard tank that's going to cost $300. But and then what's it just does my heart good is the kid will walk up to the counter with that car kit like he's holding some freaking treasure. And so is Grandpa with his model tank kit, It's like they have the same look in their eyes. I'm like, oh, I love this job. Yeah. But and then but those Oshima kits, if you've never looked inside one of those, take a peek or ask the clerk if it's okay to take a peek. But they actually have they're targeted for a younger audience, so they have decals in there that are made for the window, the blackout window trim.
Yeah,
it's an actual decal. So it's easier for the young folks to actually, it's an option. You can do that if you want to. You don't have to, but they have decals, chrome decals and stuff for the headlights and everything, so you can jazz it up a little bit more. The kids can get the experience and stuff. And then it's got metal axles in there, if I remember correctly, so they can be a push toy if they want to afterwards.
Yeah, I'm dying to get a couple for Felix and I to build, and
right on.
They look. I already took a look at those kits. They're really, really nice, and like you said, they're robust. That a kid could put them together and actually play with it.
Right. So the transparent windows and stuff, those are all, it's a tub that just snaps up inside there. So you don't have to worry about putting in individual windows.
Yeah.
So, and then like Revell, if I remember correctly, Revell Germany, they had a whole line of stuff coming out years ago that were like block style constructions that you can make into an actual van or something like that. And it looks like a model afterwards. It doesn't have like little Lego bumps on the top like a Lego kit would, but they can build it together like a Lego kit, but it looks like a proper model afterwards. And I'm like, that's how you get the kids into the hobby. You don't shove a model in their hand and tell them they have to build it. They get interested at a younger age building some sort of toy, and then I feel they progress on to wanting to build something that's more of a static display, more accurate, that kind of thing. So that kind of comes about with.
And you got to like see what the child is into. It's like, Felix does have an interest in the model cars, but then he started really gravitating, coming to Andy's and seeing the Gundams, and they lit him up. And that's kind of something more when he wants to build a model he loves the Gundam and the little Bandai anime figures.
It was so cute the last time you had him at the store, because he went down the Gundam aisle and started picking stuff off the shelf and stacking it on the floor. And he's like, Papa, all these for my birthday.
When I bought him those Christmas presents, and he's all, he's got a stash behind here. He goes, pick one of these. I said, okay, just give me 2 of those.
Yeah.
He had a stash hidden.
That kid, he's got a stash of Gundam, man. He's got one. He's got to get back on and work on him. He got really excited a few months back, and he pulled out 3 kits at a time and started pulling parts out. And it's like, I had to gather them up, and we have to start sifting through them. but we're getting back onto. We got a cool work area for him, and he wants to get back into working on his Gundams and stuff. So that's the thing. You know, it just because I remember in a discussion once on my Facebook group, and there was a couple of guys that were just like, no, I'm not going to encourage them to build anything but a car. If the kid's not going to build a car, no, you know, that's all I care about. It's like, man, it's not about you, dude. You got to give that up. You got to give that up.
Yeah.
But like the model airplane thing, that's been around since the dawn of models, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
And,
Airplane.
and it's still going strong. And that genre has changed from carving the model fuselage out of the wood to building the actual structure with balsa and covering it with tissue paper and doping it. And then it's moved on to the world of styrene and plastic model kits. And they're still coming out with new things all the time. And they're flying off the shelf. Pardon the pun, but they're flying off the shelves still.
Yeah.
You know, my daughter's starting to get into now those book nooks. You remember the book? You know about the book
things are cool, yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter's building those now.
You can light those up too, you know.
Yeah.
Some of them come with lights in them and everything. So it's kind of fun. It's like I'd have to get a bookcase in order to get one of those though.
Yeah.
But I want to do a book nook type of thing for my stash that actually is like a garage, a model car garage, you know, in amongst the stash.
I want one of those.
That'll be fun.
That would be cool, like right in the center of the stash, and just have it. That would be
right. With that, like a little guy
brick in the
welding on
wall.
something. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. But I think people would come in and look at my stash and be like, did you know there's a guy in there welding? Like, yeah, he's welding styrene, so stay back.
wow.
So it brings me to my next point. Since we were talking about Gundam so much, tune in next week for our new podcast, The Gundam Guys. Just kidding. I can only write for one show at a time. But I think we've pretty much tackled Keith here pretty well. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good point. It was a very good point.
Yeah. So thank you for writing in again, Keith. You saved our bacon
Thanks,
on this
buddy.
one again. That's 2 episodes in a row. You win nothing. All right. So that brings us to the super sweet stash shelf stuff. Ooh. Let's go first with Jason.
God dang, I tried looking away and everything.
It's all about the eye contact, bro.
Oh, I don't like.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so I got a couple of things, a couple of kits, but I also wanted to talk about these. The Edward photo etched harnesses.
Love those.
Man, these are cool. I actually I had another set that I used on the Porsche group build. And it was funny. I said in one of my videos, I was like, I'm going to never use these before. So I'm going to do a set and then I'll do a video of making a set so that I can, it's not really my thing. I usually don't do that, but I thought it would be cool. And then I did a set. You don't want me to video me doing a set of these.
Was
there blood and death involved?
There was no blood and death, but I discovered like 16 new cuss words that I didn't even know I knew.
Which sets do you have there, Jason?
So I've got, this is the Sparko Blue 4-point.
Okay.
And I had the red 4-point.
I just picked up the Sparko Black 2005.
Oh,
and it looks different than yours. It's like a big long track.
Wow, that is different.
Yeah, so I'm hoping this will go back to a roll bar and kind of loop around or something.
Well,
like
that. These ones do too. So this set right here it comes with enough of these little buckles. If you know what you're doing, you can string these with the buckles and mount them to a roll bar. So
Perfect.
I didn't have enough of these little buckles left to mount it to a roll bar.
Because they're flinging all over your room?
Because they're flying everywhere. But yeah, these are really cool. Really cool.
Good,
I did discover a good way to pick these up. I tried with tweezers. I tried with all kinds of stuff. I ended up putting a little tiny bit of ticky tack on a toothpick, and that's how I ended up
smart.
You know, 3 buckles from the end. That's how I ended up picking them up and moving them. So on this set, I actually may have better luck.
I bought a bunch of those at Dick's. You remember when we were at Dick's at one time? I bought like 6 or 7 of those. I haven't used them yet.
Yeah. I use these little wax pencils that you use for like doing nail art.
Oh, okay.
The thing that's so cool about them is the detail in them, and even though it's a piece of metal, they really got it. Looks like the strap looks fabric, and the stitching and the webbing right down at the buckles and everything.
Right.
I put a set in that one Porsche I've been building for 12 years. And man, they look fantastic in the interior of that.
I was bummed out because on my Porsche, I thought, oh, this is going to be cool. I added a passenger seat at a 3D printed seat. I added that. I put 2 sets of buckles. I got it all set. And on final assembly, I put it all together, and with the windows and everything in it, you're like, I think I see something in there. Kind of bummed out.
I know that's always a bummer.
Yeah.
My seat belts are all black, so they're going to show up on anything I do, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got those. I did pick up the Tamiya Renault 5 Turbo Rally. Yeah. And as I was telling Brian before we started recording, that Ukrainian company, USCP, I think that's the name of it. They released within the last couple of days a really nice detail upset for this car.
Oh, that's that's timely. Yeah,
they
have nice stuff.
They do have nice stuff.
Really clean.
What's the scale of that? Is that one of their 20th scale ones, or is that 24th?
It's 24th. If it was 20th, I wouldn't own it.
Yeah, they did. What was it? Tamiya did that, and they like 2 years ago put it back out after years, and it's a real old kit. But it was a Fiat. That was the Fiat rally car, but it was really cool. But it was 20th scale. I was like,
yeah.
We got 2 of those on the shelf at the store, and people just walk right past them.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I've seen the inside of this box. I've seen the kit. It's a very simple kit. It would make for. I almost feel like this would, if it wasn't for all these decals, this would be a good 48-hour kit.
Yeah,
right? It really would.
I'm curious to know how many of that is decal, how much of it you have to actually paint on there, because it's a triple paint scheme.
I'm actually curious too. Now that you say that,
because it could mean a lot of masking.
Yeah. Okay, we won't talk about that anymore.
Ouch.
So, and then on the opposite end of the spectrum, as far as Tamiya kits go, I got this Bad Larry.
Yeah, buddy.
Gordon Murray
nice.
T50. There was a guy in my club, Model Club, Classic Plastic, that spent the better part of a year building this kit, and he did the most amazing job on it. And I'm like, yeah, I need that. I need that kit. And every time I wanted to buy it, it was out of stock. And then I was just happened to be online and saw that it was in stock, and I'm like, yep, that's it. I'm buying it. So this is cool. I don't know when. This seems like it would be a long-term type of deal. I don't think it's something I could build in a month. But
right. But you can do it in a year, though, right?
Loaded with parts.
I actually bought one of those kits, and then I won one of those kits at Art's show.
No kidding.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's cool.
I was gifted one of those by a subscriber.
That's cool. That's even better.
Legit sent it to me in the mail and freaking blew me away with that.
Wow.
Like,
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Right?
Thank you.
Yeah. So
I got to preview that kit once. I did a video on it right before.
I remember
when that kit came out. When that kit came out, it was a big deal. So that's an awesome kit too.
My video got the attention from Gordon Murray. He actually made a comment saying outstanding job, because I got real technical with the car and the whole background of it and stuff.
That's awesome.
I remember
now
that.
I've got to go watch that video.
It's a good video, because check it out.
I'll subscribe to your channel and go check it out.
Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, thank you.
Later on, Jason's like, I decided to just open the box and look inside.
Yeah. What do I need to?
So that's
I do some learning on there, though.
That's some of the most recent stuff I've gotten. So
that's a cool kit.
Good stuff, buddy. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Chuck, what have you got to share?
You guys know me. I'm a sucker for these old Pintos.
Oh,
And,
75
Ooh,
Pinto
you
from
got-
NPC.
I
Got
got
that.
one of these. I got the Dino Don one.
Right. That was your
and-
Grail kit, wasn't it?
Yes, it's one of them. Then the blue one, the Roush and
Gap and Roush.
Rap and Roush. That I still need that one, but Dan Doan had this, and I gave him some money for this. So,
Good.
I would hope so. I didn't think you'd
Yeah.
clunk them on the head.
well,
I'll take it.
I'm
Hey.
gonna build this kit, and it's gonna be soon.
I watched that deal go down in my kitchen.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
He gave me a good deal on this thing. These things sell for quite a bit,
Yeah,
Right.
he's
And-
like that. He does that.
and I paid a fraction of what they go for. So, and also a good buddy of mine gave me this.
Yeah, buddy.
Ooh, that's cool.
Steve McQueen, the Le Mans, that goes with my 917K,
Right.
Nah.
and I'm going to display it with it. Brian,
Medium
thank you very
mold?
much.
You're welcome, my friend.
So that is cool. That's my stash ad for this.
All you need to do now is find a wall to hang it on.
Yes, I know, and that's hard to come by in here.
Yeah.
You have a ceiling. You can put it on your ceiling.
Nah,
Why do you have a poster of Steve McQueen on your ceiling? Oh, who
actually,
wouldn't?
I do have a spot for it. It's going to go right there above my printer. So
All right, cool. Perfect. Right on, dude. Thank you. Matt, do you have anything you want to share?
I
us this
haven't
week?
bought nothing lately. I got nothing.
Yeah,
Not
but
even a can of paint or.
did you get
Yeah,
any
well-
junk mail in the mailbox or anything like?
I do got a lot of junk mail. Yeah, I could show you that. You want to see the junk mail?
Yeah.
All right.
I got
you
some
know-
bills I could show you. I got a lot of those.
You know what's funny? I want to talk about that kit that I showed you prior to recording, Brian.
Yeah.
Here's one for you guys. Got this in the mail. Quite literally, got this in the mail.
What is it?
Whoa.
It's got a big shipping label over the
So
front of it.
gosh, I don't buy, all I buy is Tamiya stuff apparently. So this is a 1/35th scale British Universal Carrier, small tank.
Did they send it just like that?
Yeah, dude. So here's the thing. This is payback for me using the Jungle website. Okay, instead of going to a hobby store.
Junk
but-
list.
I found this thing dirt cheap, and with Prime, I didn't have to pay shipping. Right? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna order it because I want that kit.
Or packaging, apparently, also.
3 days later, it shows up in my mailbox.
How big is your
Really?
your mailbox? Can't be that big.
It's about this tall.
You think they'd have the brains to put it on the backside of that thing?
right?
You would
Right?
think they ruined my box art.
Yeah.
I mean,
it stuck right
it's
on
cool. It's cool if you saved a lot of money.
Yeah, well, I did.
it's okay.
Actually, I saved a lot of money, but they ruined my box art, and I'm lucky it got here in the condition it's in.
Or you're lucky that the Amazon driver didn't snake it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I was just
Right.
surprised. I opened my
He was a
mailbox. and I
car
went,
builder.
I ordered him.
"What
I
the
ordered. He was a car builder.
heck?"
Freaking armor guys.
Right.
I
He
ordered
smashes it first.
I ordered a kit off of Amazon a while back when I was trying to finish that commission build for my friend Troy.
Yeah.
And the Nissan GTR kit. I mean, that's a Tamiya kit. It's a pretty, it's hard to come by sometimes.
Yeah.
So I ordered the kit and it got a good price for it and like that. And it shows up and it's in a cellophane bag with the sticker on it, and part of the box is crushed, right?
Mm.
And of course, that's the side of the box that has the body in it.
Of course.
So I'm like, I just need the parts out of it, but I'm like, I'm not gonna, the principle of the matter still stands.
Yeah.
So I did a return on it, and they said, like, what's wrong with it? So I could actually post pictures of the actual model because the top was crushed down and everything. So I took pictures of the box before I opened it, and then everything, and then sent it back, and they're like, "Yep, no problem. We'll send you another one."
Yeah, I should have said for you guys that aren't watching this and you're listening, this is a Tamiya tank kit that somebody went over to the shelf, pulled the actual kit off the shelf, slapped a shipping label on the face of the box,
Mm-hmm.
and mailed it to me.
Did they
So-
at least? I mean, because that's one of those unwrapped Tamiya kits.
They
So they
taped it
taped
shut.
Oh, at least they. Did
Oh,
that.
it was just cellophane tape shut.
It was just these this is like
Scotch
the
tape.
the Scotch tape that you wrap your Christmas presents with. That's what that is.
You mean the stuff that never sticks?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
See, all the kits that we sell at
Amazing.
Andy's is all cellophane wrapped, you know,
Yeah.
so you don't have to worry about keeping a box tape
Right.
shut.
So now,
Some
theoretically,
of his kits though are have the tape on the bottom, the round tape.
yeah.
Not the Tamiya stuff. All the Tamiya stuff cellophane wrapped.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
So that's
Okay.
somebody's stash. That's out of somebody's stash.
this was from a good review hobby. It's a seller. It's a store.
Yeah, but they
It's actually
sell
down. It's a hobby
might
shop
sell
down
open
in,
box kits.
down in Massachusetts. So it's sealed inside. Everything inside is in good shape and
As long as
sealed.
it made it to you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And for the
Wow.
amount of money I paid for this, okay, fine. But had I ordered that Gordon Murray kit from those people and they just shoved the label on the face of the box and sent it to me, I might have been a little more upset.
Right.
You'd have drove
because
down there, wouldn't you?
I might have.
punchy punch punch punch.
Exactly.
So the thing about Tamiya car kits though is they have some wicked cool box art. It's just beautiful stuff.
Yes, I know.
Well, I think the military box art is beautiful. That's like to me a hand. That's like an artist rendering
That's
Box
a
art.
painting.
with this giant label on the face of it. I like the
Yep.
box art.
Take
Almost-
that, Andy. Take that.
Yeah, right?
So here's my challenge to you, Jason. You should build the model, paint
With the
it to look
label
just
on
like that, and paint it with a label on it, with the
Oh,
barcodes and everything.
right?
Well, that's how it came.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, just surprised. Like I couldn't believe it. I legitimately stood in front of the mailbox for a couple minutes going, am I really seeing this right now?
Oh man, you could have
Wow.
made me use my
Just
headboard
like-
seatbelt words now,
Yeah.
Taking your jaw up off the floor.
right?
Yeah.
Clunk.
All right. Okay, so we've taken care of Chuck and Jason and
And-
Matt.
And now
Yeah,
you.
I got nothing.
Now it's me. Okay, so at the store the other day, and Andy has half of the vintage car collection at the new place and the other half at the old place. And I was just happened to be walking by, and this caught my eye, and I'm like, oh, this has to go home with me. This guy here. This is the AMT Little Vicky kit.
Yeah.
I like that box art, but I do want to possibly build it stock version because I think that's really cool. And of course, here's this gold version. It's a street
I like
version.
that.
But yeah,
That's a
I
cool
mean-
kit. I just recently got rid of the one I had.
oh yeah, is that why it was on the shelf at Andy's?
Yeah, no, it wasn't that one. Yeah, okay, it was that one.
But yeah, I picked it up the other day. I was like, this is awesome. And then of course I got the Malibu kit that I was telling you guys about too, which is over there.
Is that the? Oh yeah, the flip nose.
The flip
Yep.
nose, yeah. But
Malibu.
we got plans for that one. It's not going to sit high like the box art has it.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna
that's
I'm gonna
like-
get in on that probably too.
Right on.
Right on.
But
I've been wanting to build it.
I'm doing a twin turbo GM engine on that one.
I'm not doing that, but it ain't gonna be lifted high. It ain't gonna be a street freak by any means.
Okay,
Nice.
cool. All right, moving on. I think that kind of is going to close out this particular episode. So there it is. It's got a thumbnail
Boom.
for everything.
He's good. Yeah, he really does have a thumbnail for
You guys
everything.
can't see it, but,
Oh
but
yeah,
Matt's
yeah.
got a
Well, you know, squirrels.
All right. Matt's got a bandolier across his chest of SD cards with just one thumbnail
And-
each. And rotate.
Okay, I'm really impressed that the emails that you forward to me have the spinning cookie.
Yeah, that's
Right. I was like, what?
got on our email thing. Yeah.
kind of hypnotic. Cool. All right, cool.
I
Jason,
open,
Cool.
I open them up at night when I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I'm like, that's right. I want a cookie.
ow, my blood sugar.
Right? My blood sugar.
Looks like it's
Sugar.
spinning on his finger.
It does.
Your blood sugar?
My blood
Ow, my
sugar.
blood sugar.
Oh gosh.
All
All
right,
right.
Jason, why don't you lead us in the
Best
body?
show ever.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
So if you haven't, please consider giving us a 5-star review. It helps not only us by boosting our ego, but it helps to push the podcast out to new people. Also, please go check out modelpodcast.com. That's a consortium website where you'll find a scale modeling podcast for any genre. You find everything there from figures, planes, Gundam. We've talked about that earlier, and even cars. Next, there's an email. Guys, there's an email. It's in the about section of the podcast. Use it. Reach out to us. We're starting to feel like you don't like us anymore. I'm starting to think it's just Keith that's listening out there.
Can you hear us, Keith? Can you hear us?
Which, listen, I've always said that I will continue to do this podcast, even if it's one person. So thank you, Keith. I really appreciate you, buddy.
Sucks to be you, Keith.
Yeah, right. You can send us topic suggestions, any kind of questions, hate mail for Chuck. He's dying for hate mail, guys. I never thought this would happen, but he's like practically begging for hate mail.
Yeah, he's been crying a lot. He's at my
I know.
back door scratching, wanting in, and nobody hates me anymore.
Even he let me in. I was kind of pissed.
Nobody hates Chuck anymore. What does this world come to? Lastly, we have a Facebook page that you can also join. You can share your pictures. You can also contact us there through Facebook Messenger with any questions, topic suggestions, yada, yada, yada. But if you don't answer the questions, you're not getting in. I'm serious about that.
No way.
I'm like, legit. I have turned down people that have answered every question except for one.
Well, that's why you're not getting any email, dude.
Yeah, well, hey, what can I say? I'm a stickler for the rules. Yeah, and that's it. 43. We crossed the finish line.
43.
Oh, nicely done. Thank you. All right, let's go and say goodbye. So let's start with Matt.
This is me, Lucas C. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Thank you for number 44.
Fofo.
Fofo.
Chuck.
This is Chuck from Chuck's Hobby Spot. Thanks for stopping by.
Jason.
All right, this is Jason from the Blue Ox Model Shop. Thank you, Keith, for listening, and whoever else may happen to be out there. I love you guys.
That
guy. That's terrifying.
All right, this is Mr. BG saying thank you to all of our podcast friends, Iceman Collections, VCG Resins by Array, Scale Model Garage, White Tanks Hobbies, and Auto Modeler Magazine. Final thoughts for this episode. Last year, we proved that not only can we create some cool-looking models in 48 hours, we also proved we could create some lifelong friendships, and that's what this hobby is all about. All right, you guys, that's it for this one, and we'll talk to you again next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
You want this on record, believe me.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
We always say the funnest stuff when we don't have record pressed, and then when I press record, it's just we just sit here and listen to the crickets.
I might have to jump off in a few just because I have to line something up for work in a bit.
I was kind of hoping you were going to say a roof, but that's okay.
Guys, see Craig's hat?
Yes.
40. Oh, slick.
Yeah.
There it is.
Right?
There we go.
Oh, wait, just before back up the truck. Beep, beep, beep.
Back up the truck.
So no supervision, no lifeguards. Pants are a must, though, right?
Okay, I mean, are they, though? I'm not wearing pants.
I was watching you climb up on top of your desk so you could open up your window. You have pants on.
No, I don't. I have shorts on.
Yeah, shorts. Yeah, shots.
Shots.
My shots.
Shots. No R, damn it. You're ruining my impression of the New Englanders if you take that R out. Put that R in there.
What? There's no such thing as what is that? R? What?
It's yeah.
It's H. It's H.
I used to watch Norm Abens, the New Yankee Workshop guy. Would you like a set of measured drawings? I'm like, what the fuck is that? I might just order a set to find out what they are. Okay. This fucking old house. Okay.
Yeah, this
Big old house.
God damn, here at the same old crap hole, shithole place.
Right. I was
old
talking
shithole
to
house.
Rambler69 yesterday over text, and I was asking him how he was doing. He's like, doing some work around the house. I'm like, I try to avoid that at all costs. He goes, why? I said, because I have the Millennium Falcon of houses. Actually, just telling Jason the other day about my dishwasher. It was like trying to fire up the freaking hyperdrive on the Millennium Falcon. I was tapping on it and banging it side to side and stuff, and I finally went underneath, and I literally had to unplug it and plug it back in again, and it started working. I'm like, okay, I had to IT my my dishwasher, but all right.
You didn't think to text R2D2 for that? You know,
No.
he probably hooked you right up.
All I need is a golden droid to follow me around going, oh, they've unplugged it.
Yeah.
Just in time. I got a work call.
Perfect.
Perfect.
All right.
Unagi. I want to listen to Chuck's call.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
That
not
was
going to be
cool.
where
That
he
worked
yells.
out nice. That was
All right. Are
that
they
was
all
good
together?
conversation.
That, you know what? I'm gonna mute his ass.
Yeah, you have the power.
Yeah, mute him. For the love of God.
Oh, I think I muted his phone. Whoops.
I love this 48-hour group build. I was just gotten so hooked on it.
Mhm.
It's like a holiday, man. It's like
It's
fucking
a holiday. It's a holiday.
I'm really looking forward to it every year I have. And it was fun, when you first told me, like I said, man, I didn't ever think I'd be into stuff like that. I don't like that, try to build a model in 48 hours and but God damn.
Well, my thing
First year
is,
was so fun.
yeah. And my thing is, it's like, yeah, you build a model and stuff, and that's all. Of course, that's fun. But at the same time, you're making some friends.
That too, and it was the same with the turkey trot, man. The
Turkey shoot.
whatever. Fuck.
You get the turkey trot the day after Thanksgiving.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
It's funny. It's funny you mentioned that because this afternoon I was thinking about how to do the intro.
Yeah.
And do you remember the TV show The Streets of San Francisco?
Yes.
You know that music, and then there would be that really cool narrator guy's voice being like, "The Streets of San Francisco, starring Michael Douglas and Carl Malden," that type of thing, right? I can't remember his name. And then at the very end of it, like, this episode, Night of Doom, that type of thing, right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I wanna do
Act
an
one.
Yeah,
remember
Act one.
Act
Yeah.
one.
The Streets of Styrene, starring the Scale Model Card Podcast guys.
Come up with something. We could go total Beastie Boys sabotage, right? the 70s cop show.
Sorry, that was more Charlie's Girls. This episode, 48 Hours of Doom.
All right,
I wish
no
this
problem.
was episode 48. That would be, how perfect would that be?
Whoa, wouldn't that have been neato?
Yeah, Jason, you're unmuted.
It's episode 43.
Yeah,
Nobody's made a Richard Petty reference yet.
I'm just, spitballing here. But next year for the 48-hour group build, what if we challenged ourselves to do something outside of our genres?
Could do that.
Military, sci-fi, something like that.
Well, yeah, and because I'll tell you, that was another one that was popping in my head that you and I talked about a few phone calls ago when I was like been hankering to build that fucking snow speeder, Star Wars snow.
I tell you what, I would not do this Enterprise kit. That's for damn sure.
No.
Is it bit slapping you?
Yeah. I've got more than 48 hours just sitting here staring at it going, what? We should give our advice on the 48-hour, how to do a successful 48-hour group build when we come back. Because Craig's pretty lenient. He's like, hey, you can wash the parts. If you have warped or bent parts, you can straighten them out or whatever ahead of time. He's pretty chill about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good idea. I think we should do that.
I'm super curious why he had to leave now.
Probably get the hell away from us.
I think it was Chuck talking about his wood. He put him off.
Yeah, I think so.
That's enough
Yeah,
to get
I think so.
anyone to run away.
All right. Are we ready to finish this?
We could.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Like, finish it. Like, finish him.
Finish him.
Yeah, double tap. Let's get it done. I haven't been to the range in forever, but there's a good story for that. I'm not allowed to tell it in public. All right. We ready?
Cool.
When they say stay in your own lane, they're not talking about the freeway.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I thought I was doing great. I'm like, well, I was bullseyeing, but it wasn't my target. Sights were just a little to the left. When the range official came and got me, I went just a little bit outside.
Out of here. Shoe fly, don't bother
That's
me.
a wrap.
Wrap and a half.